Good morning, folks. Welcome to this video. This is a video I've been wanting to make for a while. It's basically just a good all-day drink, and a good Friday all-day drink. Very much a tradition of my Bangkok and that of my circle. So I thought it'd be something nice to share to YouTube. I filmed a couple more. I did 4 or 5 on this trip, and I filmed 2 or 3 of those, but the quality wasn't great, and there's people on there. It wasn't really fair to whack them all over YouTube, so I thought, no, I'll leave it. I'll just film it for myself. But this one's okay. And this day was my last Friday in Bangkok. Rather a poignant day, because my Bangkok is vanishing quickly. So I thought today's going to be all about nostalgia, about my Bangkok, about the Bangkok that I remember. And it was quite emotive, it was, because I was changing hotel. This is the Nana Thai Suites, and I paid this room for pretty much my last week in Bangkok. But I booked into the Miami Hotel for old time's sake, because one of my old crew, old Fergs, the Miami used to be his favourite hotel. So I got great memories of Fergie from there. So I thought I'd check in there for one night, just as a sort of tribute to Fergs. God rest his soul, silly old fart, but yeah, the Miami is one of the last remaining R&R era hotels in Bangkok. But more on that later when we get there. We get there later in the video. I'll talk more about the Miami then. It's a bit of a mess, I'm afraid. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Yeah, so here we are. You don't need me to tell you where that is. But if you do, it's Sukhumvit Soi 4, right at the bottom end. So I thought I'd have a nice walk in Bangkok Park. It's early morning here, because I'm just spinning across town. I'm going to go around the corner, literally. About 10 minutes around the corner. So I thought I'd just go and have my daily walk in the park. And just film a little bit of peace before going out into the chaos of the day. So I'll leave that here and let you enjoy some peace and quiet from Bangkok Park, and I'll catch up with you soon. I'll try and leave it natural where I can, but there are parts where I will chip in, just a little voiceovers like this, but I'll try and leave it as natural as I can. So that's me done. Yeah, basically, yeah, there's a group of us. Sorry, I'll carry on for a bit longer. Yeah, it explains the dynamic of the thing, because some of us worked in the Ceylon area. There were the guys who worked in finance and banking, and back then Ceylon used to be the sort of financial district of Bangkok, but now it's moved over to Rama 9, and the rest of us were all sort of charity workers or whatever, working the Sukhumvit area. Or even guys, from out of town, living or working up country. They come down, or even a few guys have moved down to Pattaya. We come up to Ekamai, so one week we'd meet up in Ceylon, then the following week it'd be Sukhumvit. And it was strange, because we started off, there's a little group about maybe 4 or 5 of us, 6 to start with, and we just used to pick people up on the way. Just that's how Bangkok was in those days. A lot more sociable. There's a lot more of a bar scene, a drinking scene. It wasn't all full of posers. Well, I want to go drink some coffee in John Fairs, all that sort of crap like you get now. I've got to do my Instagram video. I've got to do my latest post for Instagram and all that sort of crap. But back then, it was more sociable. A lot more of a scene. And within a year, our number had grown to about 30, 40 regulars. That were meeting places, 30 or 40 of us. And then we'd have friends coming from all over Thailand, sometimes even all over Asia. People coming on holiday, friends or whatever, just people we knew, and we were a social group, and We never sat around in the clique, you know. If people started talking to us, come and join us, you know, come and join the fun. And that's how we grew, you know. That's the way that we rolled in those days. Anyway, I'm going to shut my grid and just leave you, enjoy a bit of mellowness. So I'll catch you soon. Yeah, I'm just cutting in again here, just to say, you know, these days were so special. It's just something that, even though I was on my own today, and I knew I was going to be on my own until later on that evening, it's just something I had to do for tradition's sake, you know, for the sake of all the people who've gone, you know, all the friends I've met who can't come back to Thailand or for whatever reason haven't been back to Thailand. It's just something I had to do just for the memory of them days, you know, if you understand that. Just something I really had to do on this last Friday in Bangkok. And it was a day for the melancholy, memories, wistfulness. It was just a lovely day all around, even though it was absolutely baking hot. You know, it was just something I had to do. You know, just a brilliant, you know, those years that we call the golden years. They were, you know, the best times to be in Bangkok. You know, most people around at that time all agree. At that time, 1999 to early 2000s were the best time to be in Bangkok. By a long shot, you know, you're getting great exchange rates, prices were down, you get service with a smile. You know, you could have a cracking night out around the old Sukhumvit area for about 40 quid. You know, literally, you could go out with 2,000-3,000 baht and come back with, you know, sometimes come back with change. And just try doing that now, it would never happen. So onwards and upwards. Let's get back for a soda, get my gear, and get to the Miami. Okay, guys, thank you.
Chứ hỏi là hành á, em hỏi không biết luôn nè, bắt tự ra thôi. Nhập nhưng mà họ có đến một tập quanใช่มาคังอ่ะลงไปกันได้
Thank you. Cheers, buddy. just want to say, back in the day, in this little stretch here, there used to be 2 or 3 nice little bars between Soy 5 and Soy 7. They're very much part of our Fridays, not to mention the old Blade Runner Alley at the back, which was an interesting place for a drink. I know it had a bad rep, but it's quite an interesting place for a drink. It got some right characters there. Just made a nice way to get off the bloody main road, especially at night time, evening. Get off this crowded pavement at night. And there used to be Route 66 just along here with a little dwarf bouncer with his motorbike jacket on, with his motorcycle taxi jacket on. I'm sure older folks remember that guy. Just around here. I'm just hoping to get an early check-in at the hotel. They let me check in at 6 o'clock in the morning, when about 6:30, 7 o'clock when I arrived in Bangkok 6 months ago. So hopefully they'll still be quite easy on that. Under the Sky train. I always remember was a big thing of Bernard drinks about the stairs here. That someone's going to smash their head open on one of these one day. He had a point, I must admit. I've nearly banged into him a few times when I've had a few too many.
Used to be, but the Down Under bar there used to be very much one of our meeting spots, which is still there, even though the gaffer has long since passed away, died in Phuket, I believe, a few years ago. Rob, R.I.P. mate. Yeah, this place here, I've never been that taken by it. It's always busy. I like to sit at the front. It's always hammered out the game. It's always rammed. Best about 8 o'clock in the morning, walking around at 8 o'clock in the morning. Is it the, what's up, bro? They're not out yet. So 11, another big stop on our old Fridays. Cheap Charlie's. Before it became the hipster hell. The dress codes in Bangkok, what's that about? That's where I'll be starting later on. One of my favourite little bars, Lex Lad Stand. Very nice little bar. Very nice bar indeed, Lex. Yeah. Got a real old school feel to it. That's why I like it. Okay, see you soon. I'm just cutting again, if I may. Again, this is very much part of our old route march on a Friday. From Cheap Charlie's. Some might remember the old Ambassador Plaza. It used to be on the left here. Out the front of the old Ambassador Hotel, which is behind this new Hyatt, which is full of trendy nightclubs and shines. Like I said, good old Bangkok, my Bangkok, it's vanishing so quickly. All these scammers are back. The litter police. If anyone ever stops you there, just keep walking, ignore them. I thought they got done away with, those idiots. Then I've got a few beers in Ambassador Plaza, then I walk on here to Clinton Plaza, which we'll go past later. It's weird even today, it just shows how little the modern Bangkok people know about Bangkok at all. You mentioned Clinton Plaza to me, huh? What are you on about? So I got checked in early, that's one thing. Good old Miami on a Friday. Everything just felt right now. I come early because I want to have a swim before I went out, get some breakfast, have a swim, have a bath, then go out about 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So many memories here, just so many memories. It's me and my mate Rob first stayed at this place because we used to at the Golden Palace in Soylent. And one day it was full. I mean, it was May, it was absolutely baking hot, and we needed a pool, but the Golden Palace was full. Yeah, it was May, so it was baking hot, and we needed a pool, so the guys at the Palace said, look, we've got rooms free tomorrow. They said, come back tomorrow. I said, well, we need a pool today. Where can we stay? It's got a pool. I said, oh, try the Miami, sorry 13. So me and Rob marched down here, grabbed a tuk-tuk, come down here. And it was bang on. 600 baht a night. Run with the fridge. Air conditioning wasn't great. It was very threadbare even then. It's had a big facelift recently, in recent years. And it's a lot more than 600 baht a night, you can believe me. About 2,500 I think I paid, 2,400. But so much character, so many memories here. Fucking straight up. Near my head, or my head was going anywhere near those pillows. I think I just put them on the chair. Bit garish, but you know, that's what today was all about, nostalgia, a bit of retro. Yeah, like I said, it was me and Rob who first found this place. Well, I said first found it was me and Rob out of our circle who first stayed here. And it was decent enough, you know, it filled a gap, and we needed a pool more than anything. Nice handy signing lift. Like remember, yeah, me and Rob, yeah. We just toss around in pool. About the same time the Russian girls started arriving in Thailand. And there's two absolute stunners walked in. And we had no idea whether they were on the game or not. But they started talking very, very serious. They're both red hot.
I won't be done.
I won't be leaving here now. I'm cracking on with my day. So see you when I come back. This area was when we found ourselves walking this way on a Friday night, this was sort of signal the beginning of the end of the night, pretty much. This is where things will start to wind down. But a handle of us went our way to Clinton Plaza on the left. You're going to mention the Clinton Plaza. You mentioned that today to people today. To Bangkok people today. Just give you a blank book. What the other one? Never heard of it. Really is, you know. Okay, it's been around for a couple of years. It's a cracking little place. Just a bit further up on the left. Some Belson bars there. There's some Bills. That was a great people watching bar, especially in the afternoon. That was Fergie's favourite. Seeing Bills there. Used to have Bills and then sports. Yeah, pretty much started just under where the Sky Bridge is there. I remember this footbridge used to go over the road. One of my lasses started working for Soy 10 when that opened. So I used to skip over the bridge to go and see her. And that Bill's about here, then sports. Oh sorry, yeah, sports. Bill's a bit further on the corner. And that's all that remains today. Bridge Gardens, that's it. That's the last one. That's remembering Clinton was. He used to turn there, new turn there. It's more reminiscence, you know, like I said, this whole day about nostalgia. That's about to get on the trips from here, one of those common on the street. Just trying to piss off and keep walking. It's gone to the underground now. It's down to
be chipping in again. Yeah, already on this day I was feeling a little bit depressed, because all that entrance area used to be quite wide. Used to be some great little bars along there. And one thing I want to look for, at the back of the car park here, used to have the old Bobby's Arms. Way back in the day, it's a legendary Bangkok bar, one of the first expat bars in Bangkok. Did a cracking pass there. Just right at the back here. Just want to see if anything remained. I think there were still a few traces, but it just, I think time's hammer just smashed away at it. Which is a bit sad. Bobby's was just there at the back. And it used to be a regular thing on the Fridays if we were down this way. About 3-4 o'clock, get a bit hungry. A few beers in, just a treat up to Bobby's. And Bobby, if memory serves me right, he used to be I think he used to be a copper in Hong Kong. Or so he claimed. He was a bit of a larger than life character. And then once we'd had a nice bit of grub, a few pints, and back down, back on it. If I can get out. None of these barriers there then.
ถ้าสายมีปัญหามันก็จะขึ้นแบบเนี้ยขึ้นแบบเนี้ยคือสายมีปัญหาอันนี้แสดงว่ามันเสียบเข้าไปได้ถูกผมมันก็เพราะว่าไม่มี
Would it be a can, please? Good afternoon. I'm here on Pat Pong 2. And I just felt I had to make this little video because this place has just died. I'm okay about you, Dally. But I thought I'd probably kill the sound of that a bit. But Pat Pong 2 used to buzz. Sorry Pat, I mean, we're going to have a look at Pat Pong. It's Pat Pong 1 in a minute. I'll just nip through here with you guys. It's just gone, it's just dead. And I've had a few beers down here, just talking to a few people. And these people have been around for a while. We're just setting the market here now. And you know, this was, you know, all really kicked off the proper nightlife. You know, I know you had your Pet-Bury and all that first, but then the nightlife as we know it, as tourists and foreigners, really kicked off here. And maybe some might argue cowboys, but this is Pat Pong now. Look at it; it's like a bomb site. You know, we used to have some legendary bars around here: Superstar, Safari. I think one or two still cling on. I think Safari's there. think they're still clinging on to life, just about. But Superstar hung around for nearly for more than 50 years. I think mid-60s when Superstar opened. Anyway, I'm going to go back onto platform 2. But compared to the area, I mean, I can remember back in the days when I started working in Bangkok. We were back in there, it's like a right old fart, don't I? And I just speak, you know, I deliberately sort out a few older people who've been around for a long time. I had a few pints here in Winai Bar, which has been there for years and years and years. Since about 1965 again, it's an old. Been walking down here, used to be like running the gauntlet. You know, you had all the go-go bars, all the con bars upstairs, and it was always a thing, never go upstairs, never go upstairs. You know, they'll try and drag you up. If you go upstairs, you're in trouble. And there were some legendary cases. No, so like one of the Winai Bar here. It's been here for years and years. One of the last few surviving beer bars. It's good to see there's still one or two just managing to keep the doors open. Because back in the day, you know, before the internet and all that, we pre-arrange it, you know, week by week. You know, okay, we always just finish work at 12 o'clock on Fridays and leg it down here. Is either pat pong for because half the guys were bankers working in this area, which used to be the financial district before it moved to the Ramanai. But it's just gone, you know, it's just absolutely desolate. It's just, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to swear. It's absolutely desolate. There's a few little beer bars open, that's about it. I'm asking ladies and some people have been around for a while. You know, they said, oh, it's too easy to blame COVID. They said, no, they said Farangs have just changed. And back up here, used to have Bobby's Arms. Legendary place. I've done a little walk to see if anything remains. There's still a little trace up there of the old Bobby's Arms. I'll put that in on this video. But it's just depressing, it's just gone, you know, it's just there used to be all the King's bars are gone, the King's Castle bars seem to have gone, the King's Group bars all seem to have gone foot. And one lady said no, and she was very astute, a younger lady actually, when I say young lady, she may be in the mid-30s. And I said, so why has it changed so much? There used to be some great little bars just here. Many happy drink along here. There used to be like fronts for the go-go bars at the back. There used to be the go-go bars behind. You could sit and have a quiet beer in a beer bar. And this level, you know, she said, oh, the demographic has changed. She said bloody good English as well. And she said, oh, the demographics changed. Going there for a spank bottom. And she said, yeah, you know, the demographic has changed. So nowadays people are too busy posing up at job fairs. And there's no real expat community in Thailand in Bangkok anymore. Because fucking hell, nowadays people come here for a 2-week holiday. After 4 days, they go, oh, I'm an expat. You know, it's like, no, you're not. Half these people call themselves expats. It's not, you know. So you've got a work permit, you know. When you've got a work permit, then you're an expat. And these jokers, you know, just, I'm an expat, you know, come over here in the pension. No, come on. The Pat Pong's just devastated. It's just, you know, I'm not saying we kept it alive or built it up, but, you know, we're certainly part of it. You know, just the Friday night buzz used to be amazing. The Friday night buzz, you know, you'd be sat there at work on Friday morning. You'd be buzzing. You'd think, yeah, I'm go and meet the boys. Well, we used to take it in turns. The Ceylon boys. One week we'd meet down here in Pat Pong. Usually Pat Pong too, the beer bars are pretty good fun. And then the week after that, it'd be over Suckermit way, for the Suckermit boys. But the intelligent lass, she reckons that the pinks might have had an impact. Because this area is very pink now. I guess that's the way to say it, PC. You know, yeah, the pink. It's bloody hot, I could say that. I'm looking forward to it. It's poignant, you know, this is a poignant day for me, it's a poignant video. Because it could be my last Friday in Bangkok, so God knows when. You know, a lot depends on work and red tape and shite. I remember this soy Tanya, weird place. Where the girls used to feed. You used to see fat old Japanese blokes getting fed by the young Thai dolly birds. It was just weird seeing some here now. We couldn't go down here, we weren't allowed. If a Westerner tried getting into a bar down here or a restaurant, no fucking chance. It's a bounce on door, no for only Japanese, only your food. It was it was mad, probably still is.
Smoking, eating, and drinking are not allowed in the stations or on trains. Thank you.
Yeah, Fergie boy, that's for you, mate. That's for you, Fergie kid. That's for you, mate. That fag's for you and all. This used to be your table, sitting there, chain smoking, drinking 50 cans of coffee. But God bless you. There's a can of Leo for you, mate. And that's there for you, pal. You take care, Fergal. All right, mate. And you want me in heaven? Okay, Fergie, I love you, mate. You're a good guy, mate. I could not come here to old my mind. Back to the old my mind. Just last Friday night in Bangkok. Take care, pal. Wherever you are. I hope it's something good. I do hope it's something good. If you don't deserve it, really. There goes my cholesterol. Heart attack coming in half an hour, 3 hours. I'm dead tomorrow. I'm dead tomorrow. I'll be buried under the blonde. Thank you. Here we go, the finishing touches coming up. Yes, please, yeah, the whole lot, mate. that completes the heart attack. Yes. Yeah, that completes the thrombosis. Yeah, it does. That completes the thrombosis. Yeah.
Was it back? Yeah.
Yes, please, mate. Thank you.